Today we're talking about the creative process with professional magician Arkadia. Hi and welcome to this channel where we are serious about play and games. I'm John and in this channel we are diving deep into the creative process and thinking about what is important and why it is important to you. And today we're talking to Arkadia.
Hello.
Professional magician.
Yes.
And we're quite used to seeing you on stage.
Well,
but of course, a lot of your work also happened off stage before.
Most of my work happens off stage. I think that's the thing with all occupations, that you have an idea of what you do, but at the end it's the other things that you do. And in my case, it's of course being on stage or whatever it is, and it's about traveling, and it's about waiting, and it's about carrying shit about. So that's basically what I do. But in between that, I also have to create stuff.
And this happens, not at all at the stage performance. This happens long before.
Sometimes actually, but yes, no, you're right.
So let's start with where does your ideas come from?
Mm-hmm. And it's actually a philosophical. It's a question about philosophy. I think that it's a difficult question to answer because where does ideas come from? And I believe that it's something that happens when you experience other things. Perhaps I read a book, I dream something, I have a conversation with you, I watch a YouTube clip. It can be anything which sparks an idea. Sometimes it's a magic trick. It's something that someone's doing and it's like, okay, I could do that, but I would like to twist it around. Sometimes it's the entirely different way around. I would like to create this situation, but I don't know how I'm going to get there. There's a spark of some inspiration that comes usually from a chaotic place where you're just at.
And that's the idea. And once you have the idea, I know one of the things you're talking about when we're talking about these things is ideas are nothing if you don't implement them. So it needs to go from idea to something real.
Yeah. I've had so many friends who, when I've created something and I'm quite proud of it and I'm start working with the product that is actually the result of the idea, people are like, we were thinking about that 10 years ago. And it's like, okay, so what do you want me to do with that information? It's like, because you had this idea, it doesn't mean that you did anything with it. So it's worth nothing unless you do it. And I find that very, very important.
And I hear this a lot when I talk to game designers as well, since that's one of the audiences I talk quite a lot to. And there are so many game design ideas out there, but actually sitting down and making them into games is what takes time and what takes money.
And the thing, I watched a show a couple of weeks ago in Blackpool. It's the largest magic convention in the world, and Hans Glock from Germany was there. And if you haven't heard about him, check him out. He's awesome. He's doing a illusion show, so he's doing very, very quick illusions. And he had like this speech in the middle of his sequence of extremely good illusions. He said that people believe that illusions is all about buying a box and then doing a trick. But buying the box is not the problem. The problem comes when you've bought the box. And I find that very, very true. And it's like all magicians who were professional magicians who sat watching him were like, yeah. Because the idea, if you have an idea, it can be so clear in your mind. You know exactly, so this is what I would do. And then you don't do anything. Then you don't have the problems.
Yeah.
You don't have to solve the problems. And then you can feel like you're a super genius. But when you start doing it, you realize that, hey, I can't do that because of this and because of that and because of I have to do this before and then I can't. And the serious problem solving starts. So having ideas is great. I love brainstorming, but I don't find that's not usually my problem.
If people are interested in your work, Arkadia, where can they find you?
They can find me on you can find me on the internet. So I'm at arkadia.se, Arkadia with a K. You can search on Instagram and Facebook. So if you just search Arkadia, you'll find me there probably. And if you go to my webpage, there's links to all the social media thingamajiggies, YouTube and so on.
There's also a link below. I hope this was inspiring to you, and if you like it, you can check another one. I'm gonna put it's gonna happen here. It's gonna be on your face, I'm sorry. This is where I have a space for it. I'm gonna put a link over here to another one. And do consider subscribing. I'm gonna put a link over here, because I deserve the same in that case. So I hope you like it, and see you around. Bye!